Angry guy. He's pissed off. Watch out. I'm guessing he's going to be a 2100. Tracer in the beginning, but mostly McCree. Just guessing. So let's see what he has for us. Let's listen to some fat beats in the background. Do I post these reviews on YouTube? Yep, there's like a couple hundred of them now. Okay. Okay. Alright, so you just went Tracer once, then you switched. So I won't talk about Tracer pretty much at all, but it wasn't bad to essentially put 2 clips into the D.Va. She got out of armor, or she was done with armor, so she had like 300 or so health. And then you just kind of went for the back lines. That's a good idea. You just couldn't capitalize on it. And when you're 1v1ing an Ana, and she doesn't have any abilities, it's hard to say anything other than land your shots. Alright, didn't like the Genji. I wouldn't even say that death was your fault. I mean, it was your fault, but your team wasn't there and you kind of just ran into 3 tanks, or 2 tanks in it, you know. DPS, I think. And you had recall too. The only thing I'd have to say right now is accuracy. This is the second game in a row, and I usually don't like nitpicking that. But you're not landing your shots much at all. So let's see what you can do with McCree. Also, watch the punching. Punching does make noise. There you go. Okay, okay. You're doing this McCree thing a lot better. Oh. Yeah, you're doing a shit ton better on McCree. Being a little bit aggressive, but alright. Alright, you know they're going to be attacking, so back up a bit. Okay, that worked. Your Reinhardt followed up, so that was really, really good. Oh, and you cleaned up. Look at that, almost got 50% of your ult back. Uh-oh. I don't know if you're alt-tabbed or what, but don't do that during a game. There could be an angry gorilla coming your way. Some to your right. Yep. So, you're doing a lot better on McCree. Holy shit. There's not much I can really say, just don't dive in so far. So whenever you're chasing someone like that, and this is situational awareness, and this is going to sound really dumb when I say it, but if someone's spawn is here, and everyone runs this way, don't go like this, because you're going to get shot in the back. Almost, it's like 90% of the time, you're going to get shot in the back. A lot of people don't understand this, and you don't even need spawn right here, but if this is the route of reinforcements, just don't get in between them and the route of reinforcements with your back. It's one thing if you're trying to cut people off here and stop people from helping. That's one thing. but chasing someone through the route that they're going to run down, their entire team's going to run down, just don't do that. And again, the punching people can hear, but I would be very careful.
Much better.
Nope. No one died recently. Anna's on the high ground, or medium ground. So that's a little bit overzealous, and you really weren't looking what you were shooting at beforehand. At least take a peek. If you're being that sneaky, you can afford the half second to look and make a choice if there's people on point or not. Like, if I'm going to jump around this corner, is anyone there? It's useful if there is. Okay. I would say careful with the jumping. You're jumping a lot.
Best round lost.
Oh. And then everyone jumped off the point.
Why did we Cloud9 it? Why?
Score
Oh,
0-1.
I
Well-
was part of that. I take credit.
So right here. This is what everyone thinks when that happens. I thought you guys were on it, and everyone blames everyone else. The truth is, you should have been on it. There was no point for being off that point. You were hunting down who? Who are you hunting down, AngryGuy?
Okay.
They had to be on point. There's no point in hunting down someone when they have to be on point.
3 or 4 of us ran off the point and lost it.
Seen?
1. Round 2.
Go left.
Capture the objective.
Left. Yep.
Okay.
They're going right.
I'm surprised I hit that tracer. I would say you're a little bit too close here.
The objective is now
I would positioning you want to be a little bit farther back. You don't have to get every kill to be a boss. It's a funky lag, it seemed like.
Well, not so like.
Don't worry about doing fan the hammer at that range is going to do little to nothing. So the Anna's to your right. Okay. And not, I mean, you got 1 kill. There's got to be some funky lag stuff going on, because I know at least the sound's disjointed from the video.
Alright, we need to regroup. We gotta halfway.
But yeah, so McCree is the king of mid-range. There is no one in the game better than him at mid-range. The advantage is if you go mid to short, you usually have flashbang to help you out. So whenever you see yourself changing that distance, think in your head, flashbang needs to be used. That was just greedy. There's.
You gotta go the other way, Stan.
I don't even want to say greedy. That was just bad. That was a bad play. You're separate from your team, and it's one thing if you're separate from your team and you stay on the flank and you just harass from that medium to long range. If you charge close range, you're going to die because their entire team's there.
Oh, just one hit.
So you had combat roll. Remember combat roll reloads. That would have been useful there.
My genius is finally recognized.
Colorblind with the 11th sub. Thank you for subbing, man. He's always hiding in chat.
Racer's in the bit.
Did you see a double punch bug? I think he's just lagging or there's some weird visual glitches going on. Yeah, like that. Fan the hammer. Don't even... It's not even worth your time. And again, you kept on moving forward there. You got good accuracy at times. Might as well just cancel.
Alright, we need to group. One.
We need everyone here, though.
Another push. We can do it.
No, we'll go in.
Be very... Okay, now I would actually consider yourself dead if you went past that point without a tank. A good team's going to capitalize on that and they're just going to pounce on you. You got a Reinhardt here. You're just making... Oh, he's Lucio.
Go, 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 go.
And then you got Soldier ulted.
Thank you. On that point.
I'm coming back.
Yep. You guys are at just too big of a numbers disadvantage. And Lucio can only jump so much. So that one is actually pretty clear-cut. I'd actually say this. I would say don't fucking play Tracer. That's the first thing I'm going to say. You should play McCree. Just from like your couple one-on-ones with Tracer against anything, and your McCree shots. I mean, when you switched to McCree, I mean, you came out with like 3 or 4 headshots right away. But I think your accuracy seems to be quite well with McCree. Tracer, we'd have to look at a whole Tracer vid to get enough information to actually make a choice on that. But positioning is where you're doing terrible. I would say that I don't even think maybe that entire second round, or at least a good part of it, you kept on going left alone. And it's one thing, like I said, if you're chilling out here when the point's over here, and you're harassing and getting damage done, but like you ran into them, you ran straight down into, I think it was a Soldier and Orisa. And they already had a shield up. You're not going to win that. So be a lot more concrete with your positioning. And by that, I mean, like when I said, oh, you went across that bridge, I was like, if you went across this bridge, you'd have a tank, you go across this point, I'm like, I consider yourself dead. You kind of have to have these hard limits when it comes to positioning, and you have to treat them as an actual threat. I know there's always that chance, oh, what if, no one shoots me and I shoot them all in the head? It's like, what's the chance of that happening? Probably not much. Yeah, there's a chance that no one's looking your way and you come in and you get a dead eye, yada, yada, yada. But these are all like, you're rolling the dice. You're doing these low, basically high risk, low reward chances. Sometimes it's high risk, high reward, but high risk anything is usually pretty terrible. You want to go with low risk, decent reward. And I know it seems boring to play that way, but that's kind of what being consistent is all about. You have to kind of tone down these excessive plays, these excessive risks for something amazing to happen. So one, follow the team a little bit more. Follow, not flower. You were flanking a lot. McCree is alright on the flank. But the problem is he can be overtaken with if they come with superior numbers. And that's the truth with any flankers outside of maybe May and Junkrat. Even then, it's going to be risky, and May is just going to stall for time, and Junkrat's all going to be not consistent. But McCree definitely suffers. If you go in on a flank and they come in with just 2 people, you're probably going to die. Unless you get some really good shots off, but I don't count on that. So follow your team more. I want to say flank less, but like... I want to just say lower the risk. Lower risky plays. That's what's killing you. Might need to appeal for supports more. I mean, there's a lot he could be doing, but he's going for these very high-risk plays. And yeah, there's a lot more you can do when you're supporting the team. When you're flanking, there's only one thing you can do, and that's kill the enemy. Again, McCree has decent range. His fall-off is, shit, I forgot it. God damn it. Was it 15 meters he starts to get fall-off? Or is it 25? I forget. But, I mean, he's not a long-range class by any means, but he's not a short range. Even if you're putting shots that are doing 60 damage, 50 damage into someone, that's still worth it. And you're probably going to reach that around 25, 30 meters, I would say. Which is actually a pretty fair distance. So, don't underestimate doing 50 damage a shot. That's still going to 4-shot people. His attack speed's 0.5 seconds. So, 2 seconds, you can 4-shot a 200 hit point class. That's pretty damn good. Logistics. So, we usually throw in abilities here. I didn't see much combat roll. I'd have to re-watch maybe and look for that. For reloading. Also, cancel high noon. If you're not going to get shit with high noon, cancel it right away. If you can see everyone hiding after a second, unless you're specifically looking to zone them for your team to take an advantage of that, cancel it. Cancel it, get in closer, get some shots off, do more damage. Be very honest with yourself at where you're at. I see too many people holding on the Deadeye for 5 seconds when they could just cancel it and get in closer. Information level, I think you're doing fine. Yeah. I think you're using sound good enough. Oh, stop punching. Stop punching, goddammit. Punching, taunting, or sprays. People can hear that shit. I think I have a video on YouTube where I put Sinatra into the ground on King's Row. Specifically, the only reason I could do it, it's not even skill versus skill, was that he kept on taunting. And I kept on killing him around corners, because I heard where he was coming from. So don't give anyone information if you don't have to. And, well, I can't undo it. God damn it. I would say, then we usually try to wrap up with one thing we need to fix, and that's your positioning. Hands down. It's not your accuracy. Your shit's doing good there. Everything else, there's flaws, but not that big. Positioning's your big thing, like most people. Start setting some hard and fast rules. 1, lower the risk. 2, when I say hard and fast rules, if I go past this line, I die. Even if you don't, just say there's a goddamn good chance of doing it, and don't do it. When you start seeing the battlefield and these types of things, positioning really starts to help. You're like, all right, I can't go there. That actually ruins the entire left flank from me. I have to go right. And you'll start making better decisions from that. Yeah. Or stick with the team. McCree does really well behind a shield.